all men are tricks, right? And they're going to spend their money. Either he's going to decide how he spends it, or you're going to decide how you invest it. Period. It's going to come out of his wallet either way, because even what we have on the table to drink costs money. That water came out of a bottle. That bottle was probably $2 now. You decide how he spends it. You take control and set expectations in the beginning, and you can turn a trick into a total lifestyle transformation.
I mean, I don't think. See, here's the thing. Tricks are different, though. Like, I get what you're going.
Tell me, what is the difference?
Well, first and foremost, a trick is somebody who realistically leads with money to just realistically trick his way into getting something simplistic in terms of just your actual physical sex, right? And then that's really the end all be all.
So what you're saying is a trick is all about getting to some in the panties.
Yeah, but it's not about building relationships.
Okay.
There's not, like, it can turn into that, right? Which most tricks eventually want the person that they've invested. Really, they only want the one who finessed them for the most amount of money to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
But most tricks, like, if I see, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I give you $100. That's cool. That's as far as it's going to go. Some tricks would be like, yo, here's 20,000. And then when the 20,000 turns into 100,000, you're like, wait, no, I didn't pay 100,000. She needs to be an ROI.
Exactly.
So, but not all men are tricks. And I think not all men lead with money. And in my personal opinion, in my personal experience.
So let me tell you from a woman's perspective, right? Because that's from a man's perspective what a trick is. A trick is a man who spends his money.
At all?
At all.
That's foolish.
No, it's a trick.
No,
No, it's a trick. Like, literally, if I can get you to spend some money on me, I just tricked you into spending money on me. If I don't give you anything back, if I don't give you a return on investment, right, that ROI, it's a trick. It's like magic. Like, damn, how did she do that? That's why they end up $100,000 later, and they're like, how did that happen? They start calculating it up.
Nah, but he got tricked.
Even
see, this is the thing. The trick, right? I love this word.
It's like the word just has so many different meanings.
Because, like, the thing is,
see, because words only have the value that we give them.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah.
So what his perception of
amount.
a trick is, right, is different from our perception of what a trick is, or your perception is different than mine. And it's because words only have the value that we give them.
No, because the thing is, yes, you're right. In a general sense, But the difference is like, because here's the thing. If I'm spending money on you, and you're in love with me, like, you're in love with me because of whatever I had provided, I'm not the trick. You tricked yourself if I don't like you. See, the trick is the fool. You understand? So if I'm the guy who's spending money and I'll keep on spending more money and she's leading me down this rabbit hole, I'm the one that's tricked.
Okay.
But if I'm spending my money and you just keep on eating it up and loving me, and now you allow me to do whatever I want to you, to a point where you really have no moral standards for your own self, because my standards come before yours, you're the trick.
Okay.
See, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't like to blend.
But it still stems from
money.
The man spending money.
But this is
the
what
man spending money.
But this is what I was
the
saying.
woman taking it.
Yeah.
The man spending it.
And I agree.
So realistically, if he's worried or concerned about the amount of money or how much he spent or whether she is madly in love or not, right? Because love is free. You can literally give love for nothing. It's free.
Yeah.
Because unless you tie it to an action, right, which can also be free. It could be simply us sitting here and somebody goes and gets a fan and puts it on the floor, and now we love them, right? Because they provided cool air, right? example. But if a person is absent in the relationship, right, whether there's love attached or not, because it's really, she's not in love with this man. She is in like with what he does for her. She's not in love because the actions are not the same on both sides, right? It's a one-sided relationship. I mean, that's where the trick comes in. All she has to do is show up, and he keeps giving.
But that's not always true, and I think you're talking from a privilege point.
Okay.
Because there's a good percentage of men who don't spend money. There's a good percentage of women who I've personally come across that won't even allow you to spend money.
Yeah,
on.
that's because they have independent woman syndrome.
Well, I mean, whatever it may be, we
Exactly.
can.
That's why.
I don't want to say they have independent woman syndrome. I think that they also don't want to be blurred with the women who are just want to come off as users.
Because they've been shunned and told that you're not supposed to use a man for his protection and being able to provide.
Well,
for
not
you.
no
You're
no
not
no.
supposed
Wait,
to
stop.
take his money.
Whoa, see, now I'm taking my words back.
Go ahead.
We're not gonna blend. We're not like I don't want to blend the lines, right? Now, some women want the protection and they want you to provide too, but they're not leading with that first. Some women especially women that I come across, they're leading with, this is what I, in a sense, bring to the table, right? This is what I'm capable of. This is who I am, and showing their real character, which we agree that most women don't, or most people don't. And showing their real character, they allow a person that they deem are valuable, because not every man they're going to give that version of themselves to eventually decide. And then, hopefully, in a perfect world, it's being reciprocated on both ends. So, like, when I hear everybody's a trick, it's like, nah, certain men, and a good amount of men are tricks. But certain men, like, there's men that I know that are rich that won't spend $1 on a woman until he finds out what she's really going to be about.
Until she gives him a reason to spend it.
But this is what I'm saying. So at that point, are you a trick, or are you actually a smart investor? Because if I'm actually if I'm gonna withhold whatever I got to give you, especially if it's more than what you have to give me, right? Until I can kind of see what you're capable of, I don't mind investing into anybody. I think if you said most men are investors, I would say 1,000%. If you said every man is, I say 1,000%.
That's not gonna get you 100,000 views.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'll say whatever you want me to say, but this is what we do. So
But
but
you get what I'm saying.
We're saying the same thing.
Yeah,
You're using a word that makes you more comfortable.
No, I'm using a word that has different principles.
For you.
Because
No.
has
And
a
definition.
A negative connotation. But isn't
No,
that what we're doing
guys,
in the
wait,
taboo
hold on.
in a taboo setting?
Do
Right?
we want to argue about etymology
I
here?
don't want to argue at all.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, that's not a.
But why? Argue and debate could be the same thing. It's just what you
I don't
placed
want to
on
debate
argue.
or argue. I want to
Okay.
come to a
Discuss.
satisfactory solution.
Real quick.
The
This is
question.
nice
I just told you I'm a high school dropout.
I
You
think
can't
that
get too tricky on me.
What I think,
I didn't know.
and,
What does
and
that
correct
mean?
me if I'm wrong.
She'll reword it.
I really think what she's trying to say, you already kind of touched the pace on the answer. And what I'm gathering is like, how does someone basically accomplish the type of relationship style that they want? Like, how do they, I guess,
Be desirable to a.
Like they
upper
bring
echelon
everything to
to
the
that,
table.
exactly, like,
So we did touch on this, and it's about not showing up as a representative, standing in your truth, knowing where you're at, but also a blueprint and a map out of where you want to go. If you give this man a plan, he now has a purpose to invest in. But if you show up and say, I want to start a business, what's the first question? If I said to you, you and I are dating, we're out on a date, and you say, so what do you do? And I say, well, right now I'm a doctor, but I really want to start my own business.
Yeah, but like,
What's the next thing out of your mouth? What's the first question you ask me?
The first question I'm going to ask is, what business?
What business?
Yeah, like,
And most women stop there because they don't know what business.
no, they be like, I'm on a boutique and I want.
I want to sell
Okay.
here.
I want a
I'll be like,
boutique.
what?
See, I want is a deadly disease. I want is a deadly disease because we always want, but we never will. Meaning, we want a boutique where? I don't know.
Wait,
How much
so-
is the storefront? I don't know.
Wait, people just
E-commerce.
say I want to start a business with no concept or idea.
It just
or
sounds like a
It
good
just
idea.
sounds
No,
good.
Like,
absolutely.
I just want to. You don't know what
Absolutely.
business.
Correct.
You have no background.
Correct.
You have.
Or even
you
if
just
they
say, I
didn't
wanna
even
start
do
a
the
work.
work,
They say,
they don't have.
I want a man to buy me a house. Where do you want to live? I don't know. How much is the house? I don't know. How many bedrooms does it have? Well, I don't know.
You know what I
You like the idea.
You
of
know
it.
what
Are you even prepared to go onto the car lot with credit, or do you just want a new car? If he's not buying it in full and he's going to finance that shit, the bank is going to laugh you out the building with your 404 credit score.
You know where I have a disconnect with is that I feel like if a woman, well, not if, because it has happened, but like a new question, I think, besides me asking what business, the best way a man needs to approach before he's going to invest into any woman, if a woman says, hey, you know, and especially as a new woman in his life, hey, you know, I want to start a business. Instead of asking what business, I would now consciously think about it. I would ask, what have you accomplished? Because I don't care.
That's the second question.
But that's the first, because what you've accomplished will shed light on what you're capable of.
That's the most important question, but that's
Yeah.
never the first one.
No, I'm saying, but that has
Yeah.
to be the. I'm just doing some reprogramming right
no,
now.
absolutely, 100%, 100%. And this is what I do with women.
But a lot of them never
the
even
brain.
accomplished anything.
I retrain the brain.
You
They
gonna
need to
tell-
buy
you-
the
you
book.
teaching them to lie?
By the book. No, absolutely not. I teach them I give them the tools that they need to actually take the step. They don't take the step because they don't want to. They take it because they don't know how to. Nobody's ever taught them how to start a business. What do I do first? I want a boutique. What do I do first? I have no idea. They'll sit there with 7,000 pieces in inventory and don't know how to actually ship the shit out. Do you know what I mean? There's nobody, because you know why? The people that we watch and emulate that are wearing all this fake shit on TV and whatever, we emulate these people and we want to be like them, but we have no idea that those people have a whole team behind them to help them get there. You know what I mean? The big names, the people that you follow, the influencers, myself, I have a whole team behind me. Right? If I didn't, there's no way I would be here because there's things I do not know. I just hired a company to work with in my business that I've always been a one-man show. Hired a woman who's got a team of people behind her. It was the best decision I ever made because now I'm learning things that I never knew before. This robe is being worn right now because of her, because she taught me about branding the right way and about people seeing the girl in the robe. Nobody else is showing up in a robe on a pot. It's a brilliant, she's teaching me. You see?
But
I didn't know about these things before, so they weren't implemented. Not that I didn't want proper branding, not that I didn't want to show up like Keisha Kaur on Instagram, right? But I didn't understand how to do that within my budget and my bank account. Nobody is sharing that information.
So
they'll
what-
sell you the tea, but they won't tell you where it came from.
Okay, so I have so many questions now that I'm out of like my awe. Now reality's hitting me, Coach Lee.
Okay, talk to me.
I just want to hear the questions.
Well, there's a couple. So the first question I'm gonna ask is, okay, now, let's put you at this point, right? And I believe it, so I'm gonna say it. Where you're successful and you're well off in life, and to my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of it initially stemmed with the investment of your man.
It did.
How do you repay him?
I eliminate all of the burdens in his life that he has right now. He's got a really hard job. He's in luxury design and construction. He builds some of the most beautiful buildings in the skyline in my city, right? And the most beautiful homes, ours included. And that's a hard job. And I know he's not happy because who wants to go to work every day versus this being your job? You know what I mean? This is literally my job. I get paid for this. I'm not here for free. Right? Just because you didn't cut me a check, the check is coming. I promise. Right? So I'm going to teach him how to do what he did for me for thousands of other women all over the globe and do it from a cell phone because he doesn't know how to do that. You understand? So he taught me the things I didn't know how to do to build this from a cell phone because I knew that.
All right.
What he doesn't know is how to create that lifestyle for himself from a cell phone.
Coach, marketing. Just breathe. Take a breath.
Yeah.
So it's fair to say
Yeah.
he's not a trick. He's a pimp. Because realistically, he taught you how to make money so he can stop working.
That's not why he taught me how to make money. He taught me how to make money so he would have to stop, so he wouldn't have to pay for all of the things that keep me alive.
But the end goal is?
No, this is going to be a challenge. This is gonna be a challenge.
That was a good fight, but you know what? I'm
gonna
gonna
be a
tell you like this.
I mean, without knowing my man, it would be tough, and that would be the assumption. But when you have a man like mine,
But
takes
he can't do his
pride
job
in
forever, though.
providing, not unless I teach him how to do it like me.
Well, I mean, he has
Then
no
he
choice.
can put me on private jets versus fly on mine.
I hear you. Listen.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying,
So
but
the reciprocity is real. And if it's not real, then, I mean, you could call it pimp, you could call it whatever you
sure,
want.
Yeah.
However, what you can't call it is broke.
Hey, I'm with
Can't
it.
say that.
But what I will say is that's gonna be the fine line between somebody who's a trick and somebody who's a pimp, and we're using it based off the terms.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Because a pimp goes ahead and he makes up somebody.
Right, but hold on.
Makes somebody make money.
A pimp creates the plan. That's why he gets paid. He does.
No.
He
No,
let
stop
me finish.
it. Nope.
Let me finish.
I will not.
Okay, all right.
I will not.
All right.
A pimp provides opportunity.
The plan.
Opportunity.
He tells her what block to go to, what calls to take, how to take them.
Sometimes.
He may even take her to make sure she stays protected and get herself checked because he's probably smashing it too. Right? There's things that he puts in place. There's rules, regulations, what time you're coming in, when you're leaving. That is a pimp.
Not all the time.
A pimp is a process.
A pimp is not a process. Not all pimps have to supply structure for exact outlines to follow. And
That's
guys,
why they fail.
No,
Those are the pimps that don't really do well.
the pimps that do well, puts the person in position and allows the person to do what they need to do, and they know how to do it.
I disagree. My daddy was a pimp, so you can't tell me.